Hello everyone. Today I'll walk you through how to register for Thailand's Digital Arrival Card, the TDAC 2026 updated version. This is all you need to make your entry into Thailand smooth and hassle-free. It only takes about 5 minutes, so let's go through it together. First, a very important update. From May 2025, paper arrival cards have been completely abolished and online pre-registration is now mandatory. You will not be able to go through immigration without registering, so make sure to complete this before your departure. Here are the major updates in the 2026 version. The return flight information is now optional and the health declaration has been simplified. Additionally, name entry now accepts lowercase letters and automatically converts them to uppercase, making the process more user-friendly overall. Let's start by accessing the official website. The most reliable way is to type the URL shown on screen, tdac.immigration.gov.th, directly into your browser. If you prefer to search for it, type TDAC Thailand and make sure the domain ends in .gov.th, which indicates an official Thai government site. Be cautious of fake sites that may appear in ads. When you open the site, a verification screen may appear. If so, check the box that says "I'm not a robot." In some cases, it will proceed automatically. Once you see a green success confirmation, click the flag icon in the top right corner of the screen. Select English to switch the display language. This will make entering your information much easier. When you're ready, click the blue button on the left, Arrival Card, to begin the registration process. Let's first get an overview of the registration. The form is divided into 3 sections. Section 1 covers personal information, such as your name. Section 2 covers travel information, such as your flight details. Section 3 covers accommodation information, such as your hotel. We'll go through each of these steps in order. The first section is personal information. You'll enter details such as the name on your passport number, nationality, and occupation. Having your passport handy will make this much smoother. Next is Section 2, travel information. You'll enter your arrival date in Thailand and your flight number. This is the core part of the registration, so have your e-ticket or booking confirmation ready. Here's one of the big changes in the 2026 version. The departure flight information, your return flight details, which was previously required, is now optional. Even if your return flight isn't confirmed yet, you can leave it blank and continue with the registration. The final step is Section 3, accommodation information. You'll enter the name and address of your hotel in Thailand. If you're staying at multiple places, you only need the details for your first night. Now let's look at the actual input screens. Before we start filling in the fields, I'd highly recommend using the Scan Passport button. Press this button and scan the photo page of your passport. Your name, passport number, nationality, and other details will all be filled in automatically. It prevents spelling mistakes from manual entry and is incredibly quick, so let's use this feature to get the basic information entered in a flash. One thing you absolutely must remember as you fill in the form is the red asterisk symbol next to each field. Means that field is required. If you leave even one red asterisk marked field blank, you'll get an error and won't be able to proceed to the next screen. Fields without a red asterisk are optional and can be left blank. If you find you can't click the next button due to an error, the first thing to check is whether any red asterisk fields have been left empty. Now let's get into the specific fields. First, your name. Enter your surname and given name exactly as they appear in your passport in capital letters. For example, surname Smith and given name John. Both fields have red asterisks and are required. The middle name field below does not have a red asterisk, so you can leave it blank. Next, enter your passport number. This is also a required field with a red asterisk, so check your photo page of your passport carefully and enter it accurately. The format looks something like TT12345667. By the way, if you accidentally type lowercase letters here, the system will automatically convert them to uppercase. Just be careful not to make typos and move on. Next, select your nationality. This is also a required field. Clicking the input box will display a drop-down menu, but scrolling through the list can be tedious. Instead, try typing the first 3 letters, GBR, directly on your keyboard. As shown in the example, GBR/British will appear as a suggestion right away. Select it and you're done. Next, enter your date of birth. This is also a required field with a red asterisk. Clicking the input box will open a drop-down menu. You can scroll through the list, but typing the numbers directly on your keyboard will filter the options quickly and make selection much faster. Select your birth year, month, and day in the correct order. Next is occupation. This is also a required field. The input box is set to automatically enter text in uppercase as you type, so just type away. On the right side of the screen, you'll find a table with common examples such as retired, student, freelancer, and business owner. Choose whichever is closest to your situation. Next, select your gender. There's a red asterisk here too, so make sure to select one. It's simple, just click the circular radio button next to female or male to fill it in with a block dot. Next is the visa number field, but there is no red asterisk. This means it's optional. If you're entering Thailand for tourism purposes and don't have a visa, such as many UK passport holders, you can leave this blank and continue to the next field. Next, select your country of residence, where you currently live. This is a required field. The trick here is the same as with nationality. Rather than scrolling through the drop-down, type GBR on your keyboard. When GBR/United Kingdom appears, select it and move on. Next, select your city or state of residence. This is also a required field. Again, typing the first 3 letters is more efficient than scrolling. For example, typing LON will quickly narrow down the options to London. Select your state from the English language list and proceed. Next, enter your phone number. This is a required field. In the country code field, select or enter 44 for the United Kingdom. In the phone number field, enter your number without the leading 0. For example, if your number starts with 097, enter it starting from 79 as shown in the example. That completes the phone number entry. That's it for Section 1, Personal Information. Double-check that all red asterisk fields are filled in, then click the Next button in the bottom right corner. If the button isn't clickable, a required field may have been missed, so scroll back up to check. Now let's move on to the next step, travel information. We're now in Step 2, travel information. First, enter your arrival date in Thailand. This is a required field. Click the calendar icon on the right side of the input box to open a calendar, then select the exact date that you'll be arriving in Thailand. Confirm that the year, month, and day shown on screen are correct before proceeding. Next, select the country you boarded from, in other words, where you departed for Thailand. This is a required field. If you're flying directly from the UK, type GBR on your keyboard rather than scrolling through the dropdown. When GBR/United Kingdom appears, select it and move on. Next, select your purpose of visit. This is also a required field. Click the input box to open the drop-down menu and refer to the table on the right to choose what best fits your situation. For a typical tourist trip, selecting holiday is the standard choice. For work, choose business. For medical, choose medical. Select the appropriate option and continue. Next, select your mode of transport. This is a required field. Make sure to select one. There are 3 options, but most people entering Thailand will be arriving by air. In that case, click next to Air on the far left to fill in the block dot. It's marked with a plane icon, so you won't miss it. Next, select the transport details. This is also a required field. Clicking the input box will open a drop-down menu. If you're flying with a commercial airline, select Commercial Flight at the top of the list. Unless you're on a charter or private aircraft, this is the option to choose. Let's proceed to the next field. Next, enter your flight number for your arrival in Thailand. This is a required field. Check your airline ticket or e-ticket confirmation and enter the flight number accurately using letters and numbers. For example, TG123 as shown on screen. Since an error here could cause issues at immigration, double-check for typos before moving on. Next is the departure date, the date you'll be leaving Thailand. The key point here is that this field is now optional. There is no red asterisk. Even if your return flight isn't booked yet, you can leave this blank and still complete your registration. If you already have your return ticket, it's a good idea to fill it in just in case, but it's not required. If you do enter it, use the same calendar icon as before to select the date. Next is the field for your mode of transport on departure. This field also has no red asterisk, so it's optional. If your return plans are already set, go ahead and check air or whatever applies. If your plans from Thailand aren't finalized yet, you can leave this blank and move on. Next is the details of your departure transport. This is also optional, no red asterisk. If you're entering your return flight information, select commercial flight as you did for the arrival. If it's not decided yet, leave this one blank too.
The last field in the departure section is the return flight number. This also has no red asterisk, so it's optional. If your return flight is confirmed, you're welcome to enter it, but leaving it blank is perfectly fine. From 2026, you can now skip the departure details entirely, which makes the process considerably smoother. Let's move on to the next section without entering anything here. We're now at the final step, accommodation information. A common question at this stage is, what do I do if I'm staying at multiple hotels during my trip? The answer is simple. Just enter the details for your very first place of stay in Thailand. You don't need to enter information for your second location or beyond. Have your booking confirmation for night 1 ready, and let's proceed. We're now in step 3, accommodation information. First, select your accommodation type in Thailand. This is a required field. Click the input box to open the drop-down menu. If you're staying at a standard hotel, select Hotel at the top of the list. Other options include Apartment for apartments or condominiums, and Friend's House if you're staying with friends. Choose whichever best matches your situation and continue. Next, select the province where your accommodation is located. This is also a required field. There are many provinces in Thailand, but the same trick applies here. Type the first 3 letters. For example, if you're staying in Chiang Mai, type CHI, and Chiang Mai will appear as a suggestion right away, as shown in the example. This saves you from scrolling through a long list, so use this method to select your province. Next is the district or area field. This has no red asterisk, so it's optional. Thai addresses can be a bit complex and the district name may be hard to identify, but you can proceed with registration leaving this blank. If you're unsure, feel free to skip this field and move on. Next is the sub-district or sub-area field. This is also optional, no red asterisk. If you're not familiar with Thailand's finer address divisions or don't know the exact name, you don't need to fill this in. You can proceed with registration leaving it blank, so go ahead and move to the next field. Next is the postal code field. This also has no red asterisk and is optional. Looking up your hotel's postal code can be a real hassle. In the 2026 version, this can be left blank, so there's no need to go searching for it. Just leave it empty and move on. Finally, enter the detailed address. This field has a red asterisk and is required, but don't overthink it. Simply enter the name of the hotel where you'll be staying. As long as the hotel name is entered correctly in English, that's sufficient. Enter it in the format shown on screen, for example, Kantari Hills Hotel, and complete this step. Well done! All fields have now been filled in. Once you've confirmed that all red asterisk fields in the accommodation section are complete, click the Next button in the bottom right corner. We've now reached the last item in step 3, the health declaration. Previously, this focused on COVID-19 measures, but from 2026, the content has been updated to focus on yellow fever prevention. The key point here is whether you've been in a country affected by yellow fever. If you're traveling directly from the UK to Thailand and haven't been in any of the listed countries, no additional document submission or detailed information is required. Next is the field for countries you've stayed in the past 2 weeks before arrival. Select all countries you've been in over the past 14 days. If you're traveling directly from the UK to Thailand, simply select the United Kingdom. Type GBR on your keyboard as before and select GBR United Kingdom from the suggestions. If you've also been in other countries, make sure to add those as well. That's basically all you need here. Let's move on. That completes all the health information as well. You'll see two buttons at the bottom of the screen. If you're only registering for yourself, click the Preview button on the right. If you'd like to continue and register for family members or other travelers, you can do so using the Add Another Traveler button on the left. For now, let's click Preview to proceed to the final confirmation screen for everything you've entered. Let me briefly explain how to register for companions such as family or friends. You'll need to register each person individually. After completing your own registration, click the Add Another Traveler button and follow the same steps for each family member. Once registration is complete, a unique QR code will be issued for each person. You'll need all QR codes at immigration, so make sure to register everyone. The preview screen is now displayed. This is your final review before submitting. Check all the information you've entered, including your passport number, arrival date, and accommodation, from top to bottom for any errors. If you spot an obvious mistake, click the Edit button now and correct it. Once you've finished reviewing on the preview screen, it's time for the final step. First, enter your email address in the field in the center. A confirmation email will be sent to this address after registration, so enter it accurately. Next, check the Terms and Conditions Agreement box on the left. It's a small box, but you won't be able to submit without clicking it. Once everything is ready, click the blue Submit button in the bottom right corner. This completes all the steps for registering your Thailand Digital Arrival Card. After clicking Submit, a registration confirmation email will be sent to the address you provided. This email contains the important QR code you'll need to present at immigration. Since internet connectivity at Thai airports can sometimes be unreliable, make sure to save the QR code as a screenshot on your smartphone in advance, or print it out and bring it with you. If the email doesn't arrive, check your spam folder or verify that the address you entered is correct. When you arrive in Thailand, simply show the saved QR code to the immigration officer. Just showing this screen will make the immigration process surprisingly smooth. That completes the pre-registration for your Thailand Digital Arrival Card. We hope you have a wonderful trip to Thailand. Great work! Finally, a note for those transiting through Thailand. The key question is whether you'll be entering the country. As shown on the left side of the screen, if you go through immigration during your layover and exit the airport, or if you need to recheck in with a different airline, TDAC registration is required. On the other hand, as shown on the right, if you stay within the restricted transit area and proceed to your next destination without going through immigration, registration is not necessary. Check your ticket type and travel plans in advance, and if registration is needed, make sure to complete it. Finally, a word about what to do if your flight changes. Even there's a sudden delay or flight change, you don't need to start from scratch. You can update your information through the Update Arrival Card option in the top menu of the registration site. Once you edit and resubmit, your latest registration will be valid. You can easily update from your smartphone during waiting time at the airport, so stay calm and handle it at your own pace. Update your QR code with the correct flight information and head to immigration with confidence. Here is the final checklist of things to confirm before departure. First, have you saved the QR code from the registration confirmation email? Make sure to take a screenshot so you're not scrambling at the airport. Second, are your name and passport number correct? This is the most critical information for entry, so please check it one more time. And third, did you begin registration after the 72-hour mark? That's 3 days before your flight. The system doesn't allow registration more than 3 days in advance. Since you can only register close to your departure, the best time is 2 to 3 days before you leave. If you can check all 3 of those boxes, you're fully prepared. That's it for our walkthrough of the 2026 version of Thailand's Digital Arrival Card, the TDAC. The process itself is quite simple, but completing it in advance makes an enormous difference to how smoothly things go when you arrive at the airport. Use this video as your guide, prepare well, and enjoy every moment of your wonderful stay in Thailand. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. See you in the next video.